Hey there! First off, I just want to say, expect problems. If you're going to do anything of significance in life, something wrong is going to happen. Now, and that could be in a relationship, it could be going to school, it could be at a job, it could be starting a business. Things go wrong. But you know what? It's okay. Expect something wrong to happen and expect that it's just part of the process and it's what you're going to learn from and you're just going to work on getting better. So in this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the things that have happened for me this holiday season as an e-commerce seller in my e-commerce business. And then I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I did to fix those things and how it's affected my results. The lighting's a little bit different than what I've done in the past. I'm trying something a little different here, so I might adjust this lighting here as I'm talking to you, just so it's not quite so harsh. Oh, almost dropped that there. Yes, this is live as I record this, so I'm going to post this up on YouTube afterwards, so bear with me. But I did introduce myself. I'm Kevin. I'm from MaximizingEcommerce.com. I help people start and grow e-commerce businesses. And again, in this video, we're going to talk about problems that come up, challenges, if you will, and what you can do to fix them and resolve them so you don't have them in the past, or you don't have them again in the future, or, you know what, just realize stuff's going to happen and you just handle it. So a couple things I wanted to share with you that have happened that are just kind of weird this holiday season. I had one particular product I had designed. It was a holiday theme. It said Merry Christmas on it. And I had my supplier take a design that I created, and they sent me back a proof of what the artwork was going to look like. So I sent them artwork. I sent it to them in a Adobe Illustrator file, and they sent me back a mock-up. Okay, this is what it's going to look like. Merry Christmas. It's plain as day. Correctly spelled, everything. Get the product in. What does it say? Merry Christmas. It's missing the C. One of my listings was shut down, and for no particular reason. So this particular product was in the kitchen and dining category, and from my understanding, around that time, they were flagging products as being potentially hazardous, like especially topical creams. This was actually, I discovered this had happened around Thanksgiving, and it didn't get fixed until after Cyber Monday. And at the time, Cyber Monday was actually a record for me. So, oops, that didn't help very much. And then the product, or I have a product that was delivered to the wrong place. In fact, this is kind of crazy. So, this is 2 days before Thanksgiving. I'm getting out of my car to go to the dentist, and as I'm in the parking lot, I get a phone call, and it's a person who's asking if this is my company name, which I don't get a lot of as an e-commerce seller. I don't get a lot of people calling me, but I do have a phone number that's available on the website, and this particular person called me and asked my company name, and starts describing something that's describing some mix-up. And I was like, wait, this doesn't make sense. And I realized this isn't a customer. This was actually a person who had my goods. He had 3 cases of my stuff that I had ordered from China, and it was delivered, I'm in Florida, it was delivered in Colorado. Well, I get home and I start unraveling what happened. I realized it's even worse than this sounds. It didn't go to Colorado instead of Florida. It went to Colorado instead of the United Kingdom. So I had 3 cases of stuff that went to the United Kingdom. So guess what? His 3 cases of stuff were in the UK. Like, that just doesn't even make sense. And then there's quite a few times that I ran out of stock and product had been sent for those particular units, and it's sitting in a warehouse, like in a loading dock somewhere, because the tracking number will tell you where it's at, and it wasn't there. Oops. So stuff happens. It's not the end of the world. It's not that big of a deal. Because if you don't try to fix problems, or you say, I'm not even going to try for fear of problems, because I think it was Mark Twain that said, I've had many problems in my life, but most of them have never happened. Something along that effect. That we worry too much about the problems that we prevent ourselves from having good results. So I just want to share a couple of results from this holiday season, which I'll do another video later on that'll go more in depth on the holiday season. But this particular screenshot may look familiar to you. This right here, well, let me just kind of show you a little bit more in case you're not familiar. This is the different marketplaces. I don't know if it says 7 on everybody, but I'm in 2 marketplaces here in North America, that'd be US and Canada, and then I'm in 5 marketplaces in Europe. So this number is at the time how many, that's not number of units sold. You would think it'd be number of units sold, but it's actually pending orders, like that haven't shipped yet. So Amazon takes care of all the shipping because I do FBA, fulfilled by Amazon. Then over here, you can see 7-day sales, and that is actually a sales number. And that includes all the different marketplaces, so including the foreign marketplaces, but $31,000 in sales in a 7-day period. And that's the most I've ever seen for my account. So I did the math, and that's $1.5 million. Now, do I have a $1.5 million business? Absolutely not. I'm not even close to it. But numbers like this, at least for me, help drive me into what is possible. So if I can do this one week, maybe it's the busiest week of the holiday season, I can do this some other time too. So it's possible. I just, start reverse engineering what I need to do to get there. So this right here is a screenshot I took today of, you can see the numbers. And so my peak day was 260 some odd units sold. I've sold 1,269 units so far this week. I'm down 2% from the previous 7 days, but that makes sense because as we get closer and closer to Christmas, this is December 22nd when I'm recording this, so the holiday season is really starting to taper off. So I'll still have more sales today than this, so it'll probably be almost up to here, but like probably do, this might be my first day in a while not breaking 100 units. Which last holiday season, which was great for me, I only broke 100 units like on a handful of days. And the nice thing too is this particular 7-day period of time, I'm up 175% over last year. Now, I'm not up 175% for the whole holiday season. In fact, some weeks, if I had shown you this, it would have said more to the effect of like 44%, which is still great. And in full transparency, last year, some of my most popular products had run out towards the end of the season. So that was a big part of it. Excuse me here one second. Sorry about that. But going back to the whole thing about problems, if you don't try, if you don't put yourself out there, you're not going to have good results. So I didn't start off with results like I'm showing you now. In fact, there's a lot of people who might look at it and say those results are eh. But I'm running my own race. I'm continuing to learn and get better and figure out what to do to handle weird situations. So in case you're wondering, what did I do to resolve those situations? I'll go ahead and share that with you. So as far as the product being delivered with the wrong design that said Merry Christmas, I talked to the supplier. There's a similar product that they were able to get me, because at first they offered to send me a new product. By the time they got it back to me, I was going to lose the whole holiday season. So negotiated that they made it right. They did the right thing, and they got me a different product in replacement, one that was similar value. So that was totally taken care of. Missed the boat in the holiday season because this was going to be a new product for me. But you know what? Sometimes things happen, and you just got to roll with it. God knows I make mistakes, so suppliers are going to make mistakes too. It's not the end of the world. In fact, their English over there is a whole lot better than my Chinese, so I could see how somebody in the factory might have missed a C, which is kind of a big C when we're talking about Christmas. And then what I do as far as the listing that was shut down, I called Amazon. I spoke to the catalog team. So if you ever have an issue with a listing, try to just, if you do call seller support, try to get a hold of somebody in the catalog team. That seemed to be the tip that I was given that worked well. So I asked for somebody in the catalog team. Once I talked to them, they escalated as high up as they could. It took about 2 days. I called the next day, and the person I spoke with confirmed that it was escalated as high as it can go. But it eventually did get there. I lost sales, but you know what? Stuff happens. I like to think of it as Amazon make mistakes, but that's okay, you know, because I still have the ability to be on their platform, which is giving me all this capital that I can fund into other parts of the business, which I'm going to be using a lot of the money I've made from this holiday season to fund going more off Amazon in 2018. Still growing in the Amazon segment, but, you know, start doing more and more things off Amazon, which I'll be sharing with you as time goes on. And then as far as the product that went to the wrong country, so that particular product, it did eventually leave Fort Collins, Colorado, and got to basically the prep center that I use in the UK, FBA Prep UK, and you know, they handled it. They did a good job. You know, it just went out of stock a little bit because some of those units were ones I really needed, but stuff happens. Still had a very successful holiday season. Last week of the season, I'm up 175% for the same previous 7 days last year. So it's all a plus. And as far as running out of stock with product literally sitting on a landing dock at Amazon, whose fault is that? Now, I could say that's Amazon's fault because they're taking too long to check stuff in, but this is my second season. I mean, I'm not overly seasoned. It's a lot of use of the word season, but I could have sent more stuff in earlier in. I mean, that was one of my big focuses, was making sure that I didn't run out, and so sending more stuff in earlier. And so, you know what? I missed the boat as far as how much I sent in. So I blame myself for that one. So I just kept sending in more stuff and sending in more stuff, and you know, not just sitting on the sideline and being passive, but, you know, continuing to order more products, saying, you know, I was actually exceeded my goals at this point in time for the holiday season, because, you know, here we are, as I said, it's December 22nd when I'm recording this. So the holiday shopping season is, you know, coming to a close. So I wouldn't say it's totally done still, but you know, things are going pretty well. So I can't complain. Stuff happens. You know, I'd love to hear in the comments down below if you've had something happen, some challenges in your business this holiday season. Love to hear about the lighting. I can kind of see on the screen, but I'm doing the lighting a little differently than I've done before. So if my face is just totally white and it's totally distracting you, I want to hear that too. Give me any feedback, good, bad, ugly, and different, down in the comment section. Thank you for making it all the way to the end of this video, and I wish you well as you are working to maximize your e-commerce business.